Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 20th. You have this card that says, give with gratitude and grace. You also have this hawk spirit that says, let spirit be your guide. So the turkey is also about abundance and receiving abundance. And so I kind of feel like spirit is guiding you towards a more abundant time in your life. I'm not exactly sure how. So we're going to have to look into that. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not exactly sure how spirit is saying like, oh, you're going to create all this abundance. You know, the hawk can also be about being a visionary and, looking for other ways of doing things in your life or kind of applying a visionary approach to what you do. And so I feel for a lot of you, that this could be like you embracing your visionary energy or you being a little bit more of a visionary. I would also pay more attention to cause and effect. Justice comes up a lot nowadays, and justice is cause and effect on a very simple level. You put energy into something, what do you get out of it? And this goes for every little thing that you put your energy into. And with justice, if we simply pay attention to putting our energy into things that give us more, and we do that more often, then that's when we can kind of like turn the scales in our favor, or that's when we can change our life. And you literally go over to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about taking control of your destiny, and it is your destiny how you see it. The Wheel of Fortune is your personal vision for your life. And then not only that, you have the Chariot, which is like taking control. So I feel like you are maybe taking control of your destiny. I would be focusing more on what works. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is like this spontaneous energy, and that's what I'm picking up on off of this card is that you are in this time where you're going to have to be a little bit more spontaneous. Like there might be, things might not always go according to plan, but you're still getting to your goal. Again, the thing about the Knight of Wands is that I kind of look at him as a true builder in the tarot. He sets off to accomplish something, but he doesn't really care how he accomplishes it. He just knows that he's following his desire. And if he has to build something new along the way, or if he has to, take a different route, or if he has to, maybe change his path a little bit, he'll do it, right? He's willing to be spontaneous. I'm also getting here, if you're like looking for something, especially love, that those spontaneous opportunities might be where you find love. So this could be like you getting invited to someone's wedding, or you going out, or you being invited out with friends. So for those of you that are looking for love, I would definitely get out into the world. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Nine of Wands says keep pushing. And the Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. To me, it's a card about that says you should be throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think that it's a great card for experimenting your way through life. But let's see. With the Justice card, you have the Knight of Wands. Yes, this is, again, taking an action, paying attention to what works, paying attention to what doesn't work, and then doing more of what works is going to be the thing that creates this Wheel of Fortune. A really good reading. I mean, you have this Merry Motive card, Burst of Magic, this Miracles card as well. So, you could be kind of creating little miracles in your life, and that's really what, I don't think these are, miracles, right? I think you're creating miracles for yourself. Things, doing things you never thought you could do or accomplishing your goals. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. You have the 3 and 2 of Wands here. Both of these cards, to me, are cards of needing to take the lead. So I feel for a lot of you that it would be a great time for you to take the lead in your life, or for you to focus on doing more of the things that make you feel like a leader. Both cards to me also say like, what are you waiting for? There are things that you want. And the Three of Wands kind of says that you need to get on those ships, those boats in the ocean here, and you need to make something happen. The story of the Three of Wands is that he thinks he's looking at the desert because it's golden in color, but when he looks closer, he sees the boats, he sees those ships on the water, and he realizes that he's looking at water. So he originally was looking at something where he thought there was no opportunity, but there actually is an opportunity. So I think you need to look closer at things, that you're doing in your life. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, you could be protecting yourself from conflict and competition, which I think is a great thing to do right now. So if you could make sure, if there are things in your life that are bringing conflict into your life, you could be walking away from those things. The other thing I'm getting here, though, is that you could be learning from competition. These people are using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. And I always say that, the Five of Wands is a really good card for learning because, again, they're training. They are learning how to fight. And so you could be learning from your competition, but this doesn't have to be like a toxic thing, right? You could just be learning the things that your competition is doing and implementing it yourself. Next, in what is coming towards you, you have this Burst of Magic card and this Merry Motive card. Love it. So there could be a burst of magic entering into your life here. And I also feel that Merry Motive card is like having a reason to do, like a positive reason that you're making changes or doing something in your life. So I feel there is, you are kind of maybe being led by your happiness, or, maybe you're working on a project, for example, that makes you very excited, or maybe you're starting a new job or career. I'm getting that for some of you as well. And that could be the thing that is making you feel better, or making you feel kind of like you're going in the right direction, right? Or that you're on the right path. I'm getting something about your path here on the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like spinning plates. It's like juggling, having a lot to do in your life. So you could be entering into a very busy time. I will say that I think that this summer is super busy for water signs. So I think water energy seems to be very busy this summer. You might have a lot to do. You might have a lot of, different things that you have to focus on, or a lot of things that you're creating in your life or whatever. I don't see this as a bad thing, of course. I think this could be a good thing. I think that you're, creating a lot more success. I think you're working to create a lot more success. But, I also feel that you could be feeling very busy. I think, again, focusing more on the things that Merry Motive card, focusing more on happiness, or things that make you feel more positive would be a good idea for you. I'm also getting something about a settlement here, by the way. I don't always say this, but sometimes, Two of Pentacles can be a clue to me that the person I'm reading for could be getting a settlement. But obviously, that's only to be for those of you that are waiting for a settlement. You have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about taking the lead. He has the whole world in his hands, but he's standing at the top of this castle, and his story is that he rushed to a finish line. He accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish, and he thinks that there's nothing more for him to accomplish. But really, if he were to leave a comfort zone, which we see about 10 times in your reading right here, down to the Chariot, he is leaving the city behind him behind. The Chariot is your card here, Cancer. So I feel for a lot of you that leaving a comfort zone, or stepping out into the world, which is your next card here, that's going to be the thing that really sets you free from the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is not a bad card. I mean, it's a card of progress and kind of having the whole world in your hands. But I do feel that some of you kind of need to believe in yourself more, or maybe you just need to believe that you deserve to stand out in the world. And I think developing those beliefs will lead to a lot of success. Also, this reading is amazing if you're moving, by the way. So, obviously not all of you are moving. I don't really feel moving energy that strongly necessarily. Some of you clearly are, because someone is always moving. But, these two cards here are amazing for, moving, making a move, getting a new job, starting a new business, doing something new. So if you're doing any of that, there could be a lot of success in you kind of moving in new directions. I also feel there are definitely accomplishments coming in for you. The world is just an accomplishment, so you could be accomplishing things you want to accomplish. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card here. Judgment is a wake-up call, or waking up to something. Judgment also says, these people are standing in these coffins, and coffins in the tarot represent your old life, and those people are being called out of the coffin. So they're being called into a new life. And I feel like that's what's happening here, is that you are kind of being called to step into a new life, or you're being called towards doing something new. With the Two of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like everybody is doing this right now. If there are things in your life that are a waste of time, I think it's going to be very obvious that it's a waste of time. And it doesn't matter if it's a person, place, or a thing, but the Eight of Cups, he doesn't necessarily know where he's walking towards. A lot of people say he is walking towards the Nine of Cups. Maybe, but we actually don't know what he is walking towards. We don't know if that is true. I would say that, no matter which, we go this way, Chariot, and this way, Wheel of Fortune. So you are clearly either heading towards a victory, a change in your fortunes, or both. But again, this is going to come from you standing up for your value. The whole point of the Eight of Cups is that he knows that something isn't right, those 8 cups behind him. And so he isn't willing to settle for the 8 cups. And, really the Eight of Cups is about not settling. With the World, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, definitely needing to set yourself free. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, or keeping yourself stuck in a situation. So again, if there are things that are limiting you or making you feel stuck, I feel now is the time to leave with the Eight of Swords for sure. Eight of Swords is about just realizing that there are many ways to do anything you want to do in your life, and kind of like taking those steps to, do new things, do different things. Next, you have this purification card and this miracles card. I feel like you are creating miracles in your life. Like I said, I don't feel so much like miracle energy. It's not like, could you experience miracles? Of course, I'm not saying that. But again, I think, the good thing here is that you are creating miracles. You're doing things that maybe seem like a little bit of a miracle to you, or you're doing things that you never thought you would do. And again, that's where the growth is coming from. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Wheel of Fortune obviously is your fortunes turning in your favor, and I feel now is like a very fortunate time for you. I would like double down on this energy. I would take advantage of new opportunities, things that have potential. If you get presented with opportunities you can take advantage of, or maybe you get offered a new position at work or something like that. That's what's like popping into my head here. It's almost like you're being presented with things, or I don't know. With that Knight of Wands, I really feel like some people in your life are kind of coming to you and being like, hey, you come do this or come do that. It's not like they're demanding, but I really feel that you should be kind of very spontaneous, and not just this week, but like I would say the entire summer. Anytime you get an opportunity to do something, I would do it, because again, it's kind of funny. I'm also getting like Ace of Pentacles energy here, where you're being presented with things that have potential to grow. And I think those are the things that are going to be very lucky for you with the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is like normally no progress. He's the only knight in the tarot that isn't moving, and he's being too cautious. But he's coming up in the good stuff, so I feel like you are making progress. For those of you looking for love, I do feel that you could be attracting a person who is moving a little bit slowly. So again, you might be attracting a person who isn't moving as quickly as you want them to, or you might just be with a slow mover. And I don't see this as a bad thing. Again, I think things will progress positively. So I do feel, I feel that here. You have the Chariot. The Chariot is, of course, you showing up in a very strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, and it really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I kind of feel a lot of success here. The Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune is really about taking control of your destiny. He's leaving that city behind him behind, and he's doing this because everything is the same in that city, and he needs to set himself apart, or at least he wants to set himself apart. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be doing things or more things that set you apart from everybody else. And again, this looks very, very good to me here, Cancer. I think that you're creating a lot of success with that Chariot energy, and yeah, it looks really, really good. Let's see. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare, and it says do not repeat something. It's coming up in the good stuff, but you do have the Wheel of Fortune there. So the Wheel of Fortune can represent kind of like repeating a cycle or doing something again. And I would be careful of like repeating any toxic cycles. I guess the good news here is that we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups would kind of say that you are bringing an end to any toxic cycles that you are in. And it could say that you are bringing an end to anything that has been repeating in your life. The other thing I will say about the Nine of Swords is there's like a person right here who's getting hit by another person with a sword on the Nine of Swords. And it kind of represents, basically says you can be the bug or the windshield. And there is something here in this reading about you being confident, you really taking the reins, right, with that Chariot and taking control and making things happen. So I would make sure that you're, that you are not the bug here. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. It really represents like good things happening in your life after a difficult period of time. So, this whole entire reading is, blessings, miracles, good things coming in for you. And also, like I said, it's funny that I said love, because it's really not a love reading, but the Knight of Pentacles, I was feeling something about you attracting a person. So for those of you that want love, the Ten of Cups would be, happy home, happy family, a person who wants to have a family, a person who wants a connection. So there could be a really solid connection as far as love is concerned coming in for you here. And I feel it's something that will bring more joy and happiness into your life. With the Chariot, you have the, are you kidding? You have the, I knew it. I literally said this, Ace of Pentacles. I was feeling something about like the Ace of Pentacles showing up here in this reading. I said it on the Wheel of Fortune. I feel for a lot of you that there are going to be opportunities. The Ace of Pentacles is just an opportunity that has potential. Potential basically means nothing. Potential is up to you. When something has potential, how it turns out is basically how much energy or how much attention you give to something. I feel there are a lot of opportunities coming in for you this month right here that are going to have potential, but you are how successful these opportunities are is really going to be up to you. It's going to be up to the amount of time, effort, and energy you put into things here. You have this broken wishbone card. It says, wish will not be granted. I feel like this has to do with a cycle that you're ending. So, again, you could just be ending a cycle. You have this romance celebration party. I'm telling you right now, if you want love, I feel that this is going to come through socializing, being at a party, being at an event, being at a wedding or something like that. So I would take advantage of any opportunities that you're getting here. Interestingly enough, you have this older man card. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. You have this legs. It says stepping into a new experience. You could be meeting a person who's older than you, but you also have this older woman card, and it is popping demand. You could literally be meeting the person that you will grow old with here, Cancer. So that looks great. You have this mountain card. It says major challenge to overcome. I always say that, where do we get our best views? At the top of mountains. So I feel like you've been working on a challenge, something that you've been trying to overcome, and now you are reaching the top. You have this older woman, dealings with relationships with an older woman. You have this haystack card. It says karma, you will reap what you have sown. So I feel like this could be a very, a karmic connection, not karmic as in karmic, whatever the hell that means, right? But I think this could be a past life connection that you're attracting here. But this looks amazing. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.